Yo, what is up, everybody? We're back here in PC Building Simulator. Haven't been back here in a while. Anyways, what are we doing today? Well, I'll tell you what we're doing today. We are going to be building in a small platform of a case, and I believe that's going to end up being the new Cooler Master here in 1.14. I believe is what it is. Let's start off with that. We're gonna go with a nice big old windowed version. We want a Cooler Monster, the NR200P with the window. And we're gonna go with the white edition with the window. Let's go ahead and get everything taken apart. That includes things like the radiator holder, I believe that is. We're gonna have to put that back in. Take out our fans. Go back down to like bare case minimum. And I believe I'm gonna go ahead and start off by putting in our bare bone case parts. So we gotta figure out how that's gonna go in. So this tells us that our GPU definitely is not going to be a side link GPU, but that's okay. So that just means things like what you call it's gonna have to go first. So first up, we're gonna need the motherboard, and we're gonna have to figure out what socket we're gonna be going with, which I believe we're gonna be going with a AMD processor. I'm gonna think about what we're gonna use. We're either gonna use, let me think, let's go ahead and use this. This is what we're gonna use. Let's go ahead and pop in our power supply while we're at it. And we're going to go ahead and put our PSU in. And we're going to go with the 650 from, I think, Fractal. No, Silverstone looks like it has more. So I think that's what we're going to go with. Let's remove this let's remove this cabling real quick. We'll come back and redo our cabling. But anyways, we're going to be slapping a Ryzen 9 CPU in it. And we are going to be running a... We can either go with a... So this is basically just a slower clocked, an older version of this. But I think what we're going to do is a 3950. Still going to have to be liquid cooled, because that's a lot of power that's going under this. Alright, and then we'll go in with our custom water cooling. Actually, we're going to need thermal paste real quick. And now we can go for our custom water cooling. Actually, what reservoir? Okay, so we can fit a Corsair in there or an Alpha Cool. I think we're going to go with the... Problem if we go with that is it's going to be very big. I think we're going to be going with the Corsair here. CPU blocks. And we're going to be going with a white Corsair to match the case here. And now we're going to go with a, we're going to have to fit in our RAM. So now our memory is going to be a... Our size is going to be 32 gigs. We're going to be going with a frequency of 3600. I'm going to be going with 2 sticks of this. And our cables are going to be sleeve plastic white. Alright, that's good. So next up we're going to need to, we got our RAM. Next up our storage. We're going to be running a M.2. And we're going to make this an 8 terabyte. Alright, you know what? We're only going to go with 4 terabytes because I cannot figure that out. Alright, so, then our graphics card. Our graphics card is going to be a water-cooled actually, you know what? We're gonna go with a non-water cooled. We're gonna go with an air cooled. And go with a 6000 series. What kind of 6000 series can we get? Wait, hold on. Am I thinking of the wrong? I think I may be thinking of the wrong thing here. I think we're gonna go with a. We're gonna be going with a Vega. A Vega 64. They're all the same except for what's plating them, I think. So we're gonna go ahead and remove all this. I'm gonna go with the Vega 64 card. Next up is our. We gotta fit in our. Radiator mount back in. And find a radiator. That's going to fit. So I think that just means we're gonna go with a thicker. Or hold on, we can go with a 140. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go for. I'm gonna do that, a 140. And our piping is gonna become pretty dang interesting. So we are gonna go from. We're gonna go with the hard line. We're gonna go with White Corsair. And then we're gonna go from U to the graphics card. Okay. And next we go from here to back from the bottom to the top of the radiator. Actually, I think this one's gonna end up being a soft tube. Actually, I think we're gonna go for a air-cooled GPU then. That's what we're gonna do. Because there's no space for liquid cooled. I think we're gonna go with a we're gonna go with a 5,000. I go with a 57. No, let's install a 6,000 series. 69. I'm gonna go with an AMD. And that'll take those, and they'll allow us to, I think, maybe put case fans. We can install. Actually, we're gonna have to have this removed for one more thing. We gotta get that piping in. So we're gonna be going from the CPU straight to there. And then we're gonna go back to hard line. Alright, so that's good. We got it the direction we want to, because we wanted to go from the CPU to the fan. Next up, trying to get the front panel in. What cable? Evidently we're missing a cable here. Case fans. Just put those there. Yeah, that works. So now we just go for finishing off, just trying to complete the case. The rear side panel. See how this thing does. I'm not gonna change the colors or anything. I'm thinking we're just gonna leave this. We're just gonna see how this thing runs. And this thing actually probably is most likely pretty normal to what people actually probably have. Actually, I'm gonna remove the graphics card real quick. I'm gonna go into what people more likely have. And it's going to be an RTX 20 series. I'm just gonna go with the founder. I'm gonna go with a 20. Let's see here, we got the 30 series. Let's go for a 2080 Ti. It's probably more accurate to what people have, just about. Alright, there we go. Now we just need to install the OS. Alright, so now I think we just need the system info and the 3D mark. Alright, let's check out our system info real quick. So we're running a 16 core, running about that. Not bad. What's the case overall? We're running a cool case. And we're just having problems with our fan, what it seems like. Well, let's go ahead and run it then. Well, those 16 cores, the pre-5950, which is currently the dominator in the game. Actually, I think it's still the dominator until they launch whatever's coming out this year, so. Yeah, this is the sister to the 5950. So basically, the slower clock of the 5950, basically. And let's see, got a pretty good frame rate actually. I'll check out to see what the average is, but this thing in this compact space, I'd say could run quite a bit, because that's running 60 pretty much solid, 61 right there. We'll see what the average is, but yeah, running the, see here, we got 41 on the CPU test and about a 69 and 61 on the graphics card, which isn't that bad. So that just means that's actually probably enough to run things like pretty good solid games. Actually, you could probably run Microsoft Flight Sim on this perfectly fine. You could probably run perfectly fine. But yeah, no, that thing does get pretty hot. But anyways, I think that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Give a comment on what you would like to see next in this game, or what you would like me to build in the game next. Thank you for watching. Andrew TG, I'm out.